A while ago, I read On the Road by Jack Kerouac, and I wanna ask you from the bottom of my heart, why is it considered such a classic? If you don't even know where you are right now, On the Road is a book about Sal Paradise traveling around the US for no reason other than I want to. Sometimes he hitchhikes, sometimes he actually has a car, sometimes he's with his friend and muse Dean Moriarty, and other times he's alone. Judging by this description, you could imagine that it's a moody book that makes you cry and indeed rises up to what Bob Dylan said about it. It changed my life just like it changed everyone else's. But it's not that. This book is so yes girl, give us nothing. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this sound coherent because I always go crazy with rage anytime I try to explain it. Let me start by acknowledging my own subjectivity here. I cannot stand spineless characters or people. Like, I can't stand it, it makes my blood boil. And our boy Sal is spineless. So we get off to a bad start here. Okay, fine, so I make the conscious effort to ignore that and analyze the rest of the book. I mean, I got a headache while watching The Cremator because I was so angry at the main character being so spineless, but being objective about it, I can see that it's a good movie even though you're not gonna catch me rewatching it like ever. But with the objective treatment, I find another problem.
There is no passion, there is no vision, there is no aggression, there is no fucking mindset.
I can excuse a lot of things, but lack of passion, it's rough. The book isn't about anything in particular, as you can infer from my summary of it. There's no objective, no great story. The only themes I could capture were I'm lost and we suck. It's just a guy traveling around and feeling sorry for himself. Books like that are built on emotional moments. I mean, Generation X is technically about 3 friends living in Palm Springs and they're kinda lost in life. And I love it so much because the passion of the characters transpires through the pages and I get attached to them and care about what they care. Even though they're plagued with doubts, their hearts burn, and that's really captivating. On the Road, though. Okay, I'm calm. Sal Paradise, it feels like he doesn't really care about anything. It's like he's in a perpetual drunken stupor, with nothing being able to permeate through him and touch his heart. Even his obsession with Dean Moriarty feels lukewarm, like a slice of onion floating in a bowl of soup. Now is the moment you tell me, well, Liv, all of Jack Kerouac's books are kinda like memoirs. Since he was a spineless drunk, all his characters are spineless drunks and thus have no passion for anything. And that's where you're wrong. This isn't my first Kerouac rodeo. I've also read The Subterraneans and it feels like night and day. The main character is also spineless and also has contradicting emotions and keeps flip-flopping between one opinion and another, but he's actually passionate about everything. He sees the beauty in things and his feelings feel like a violent river as opposed to Sal's bowl of soup, and his heart burns. And guess what? I had a pretty good time with The Subterraneans. Towards the end, the lack of spine quality started to get on my nerves, but a good time nonetheless. I even highlighted quite a few quotes, while I think I highlighted one in On the Road, maybe. And even though The Subterraneans is written in a stream of consciousness style, so it's a little bit confusing to follow. I still remember very distinct scenes, while On the Road is just sort of a muddled mess in my mind. Every classic that I can think of, whether I like it or not, has an iconic scene that just sticks with you. Where is that here? Well, anyways, now that the point is made that this author can absolutely do better, back to the question of why is this a classic? Why did it resonate with so many people? I can only speculate, since even after thinking about it for months, I really don't know. I think that it probably has something to do with the reader seeing Dean Moriarty with the eyes of Saul Paradise. If you see him as a hero, this bastion of freedom and a carefree lifestyle, then maybe. But really, I have no idea. If you have an idea, tell me. If you love this book, please tell me. Because to me, Dean and Saul are simply two irresponsible and insufferable alcoholics. And I didn't have to do any mental gymnastics like, oh, look at what he did if you stop to think about it. No, it was my first impression when confronted with them. Speaking of a conclusion, this is it. On the Road is a book that makes you look out the window and wonder, why am I forcing myself to read this? When does this get good? Why do people venerate this? Give it a pass if you give my opinion any weight. People love to say that if someone says that their favorite book is The Catcher in the Rye, that's a red flag. No, that someone is just clinically depressed. Saying that On the Road is your favorite book is the real red flag. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, I've been away, life is difficult, life busy, blah blah blah, but you know, I'm always around, kind of. And yeah, I'll make more videos if an anvil doesn't fall on my head. Bye!